Untitled Tire, the smart choice.
It feels like
savings, only at K.
Oh.
The smart choice in tires.
And the handle of
Magic Circle.
Really?
Really?
Finds that one pothole.
Yeah, road.
were they made?
Closer to 100. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
Skeleton made out of wearing a tie, bucatini, anemones and blocks of cheese, candy pile, can of worms, the air going wild.
Extraordinary things happen. Where Coach John Wooden inspired us to break records, we shatter them. State students attend tuition-free. Dream School. Defining what it means to be legendary.
Nick, you can get that on Sky Clark.
And yeah, you mentioned Harris's foot was in the backcourt. Harris almost pleading to the official. Sermon's like, but do you realize where Mayo was? If I just could get it to him, he was going to launch it. 5:15 Eastern time coming up just a little bit now. Louisville and Kentucky. We've talked about it. Pope and what's gone on there with Kentucky. He's got that entire community on fire for what they've done. In Louisville, you can say the same thing.
That game is going to be all about effort, toughness, tenacity. Kentucky has not shot the ball great, which makes you think that Louisville has a chance to hang in that game. The Rupp Arena will be at an entire new level that we haven't seen in 4 or 5 years in Rupp Arena, most likely.
Yeah, right. Harris, Dickinson. Out of bounds. It was deflected that time by Michael O'Connell.
Ravi, I saw it yesterday again. Bill Self had a practice at noon, didn't like what he saw. Within 15 minutes, sent everybody out of fog out. Said, come back at 3 o'clock and show me you want to practice like the Jayhawks are supposed to practice. In the next 2 hours, they answered. And they answered again today.
I know you're in fog, Allen, but we don't need you to play like you're in a fog.
No,
come on back with a clearer focus, will you please?
He told his guys yesterday, there's just load the wagon, a tribute to his dad. We're not a great team yet, but we can be. And they took a step in that direction again today against a really gritty, tough NC State team.
They have now beaten NC State 13 consecutive times, and anybody that comes here out of conference has lost the last 20. That guy is a load. Talk about loading the wagon.
When you have a top 5 point guard and a top 5 post player in the country, That's a pretty good starting point. That's what Kansas has.
Good statement there from Kansas, and a terrific telecast here. We enjoyed it. Hope you did too as well. The college hoop will continue. Look forward to watching Kentucky and Louisville. Joe Taylor is our producer. Mike Ireland, our director. The entire crew. For Jimmy Dykes, I'm Carl Ravitz. Thanks for watching, everybody. To the studio, Louisville and Kentucky coming up. Here's Phil Murphy with Seth and Malcolm.
Appreciate it, Ravi. Chucky Hepburn and Louisville head to Lexington in a matter of minutes, looking to seize control of the Bluegrass State. Though Kentucky 9-1 so far in Mark Pope's first season. Welcome in to our studio. Seth Greenberg, Malcolm Huckabee, Phil Murphy here, getting you the tip-off. I mean, Ravi said it. Huck, Zeke Mayo goes for 26. Hunter Dickinson 21, 14, and 7. KU gets back in the win column. What stood out to you?
Well, I think it was the making threes. They made 7 threes in that first half, Coach. That opened up the middle for them. You talked about it. They needed to play inside out. That happened in the first half, and I think a little bit too much Hunter Dickinson in the end of this game.
I think the formula for this Kansas team is to establish Hunter Dickinson in the low block. I understand he can dribble handoff and get down there, but if he catches the ball in the low block, you have a decision to make. If you double, the ball is going to be moved. They're going to make one more pass, and they're going to knock down an open three. If you don't, he's going to score. I just thought playing at home, playing with greater energy, I think obviously Bill got their attention. I was impressed at times with this NC State team. They just couldn't get over the hump. But Huntley Hatfield playing well was important. But this thing was all about Kansas playing through the post and then getting something out of Zeke Mayo. Now, here's the challenge. They have to have a consistency from someone else besides Dickinson.
Well, KU, just the best thing for them. Get back in the win column. Back-to-back losses, ending the skid, getting momentum. Now 13 straight wins over NC State. Out of conference, technically, a very familiar opponent.
Big-time game, an absolute rock.
Bruins up 1 in the final seconds over on ESPN2. This one, final stages on the SEC Network. Coach, every time we'd see a Florida highlight in this game, you'd say, man, Florida's good.
Florida's really good. You're talking about Walter Clayton knocking down shots. Alex Condon is a matchup problem. They shoot about 50% of the shots from the three. Terrific passing team, Huck.
Yeah, they make 11 threes per game, Coach. They can spread you out, and they can knock down threes. Really difficult team to match up against.
Yeah, tough for Arizona State to head into Atlanta and get everything done. Walter Clayton hitting them from darn near the logo. Florida up 23 again. The conclusion of that game over on the SEC.
Just impacts the game every which way. But I love this Auburn team as a collective group because they defend, they rebound, they share the basketball, they have versatility offensively and defensively. Auburn is a Final Four team.
Well, you mentioned all his points, rebounds, assists. Coach, he did all that with no turnovers and excuse the eye test there. First Division I player this century to go at least 20, 20, and 5 with no turnovers. Continuing the SEC dominant theme out of conference, Coach, A&M went into Indianapolis and beat Purdue.
They went into Indianapolis and they did what they do. They turned them over. They got to the offensive glass. Wade Taylor down the stretch made plays off the bounce. He's one of the better closers in college basketball. They forced Braden Smith into 6 turnovers. That's a problem.
Yeah, Braden Smith did go 15, 6, and 6, but ultimately too much A&M.
Yeah, 22 points off of turnovers, Coach. That's the story of this game right here. Texas A&M did a phenomenal job creating offense with their defense.
That's like going to getting a root canal playing against A&M.
Yeah, that's no fun. A&M in Indy gets the win. Game coming up here, Louisville, Kentucky. Huck, what decides this one?
Chucky Hepburn.
Can't turn it over.
You can't turn it over against Kentucky. Kentucky's a team that's got 5 guys that average double digits. For me, Coach, I think it's going to come down to the turnover battle. If they take care of the ball, they got a shot.
Slow the push of Kentucky, run them off the three-point line, limit them to one shot, and then offensively, spread them out, but own the tempo of the game. This thing goes up and down as much as Pat Kelsey wants to play fast. This thing goes up and down in Rupp Arena. That will be a tough way for Louisville to win.
Yeah, we know Kentucky can fill the stat sheet. 9-1 in Mark Pope's tenure. Kentucky's won 5 of the last 6. Enjoy the first half of this one. We'll see you at the interval.
It's V-Week on ESPN as we continue Jim Valvano's fight against cancer.
Pat Kelsey, this one is going to be fun as we welcome you to ESPN's College Hoops, presented by Kay Jewelers. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. There are few places in the country that have this kind of energy. And Rupp Arena is alive and kicking today and alive and kicking this year because they are so excited about the way their Cats are playing so far this season. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Lexington. Dan Schulman and Jay Billis. We've been here a lot, but it's a little more electric in the air today. It feels like it's going to be fun. Yes, it's great when both teams are doing well, but no matter who's doing what, this is a rivalry.
I'm not sure it's a rivalry as much as a blood feud. I mean, these schools don't like each other. Their fans don't like each other. Everybody waits the whole year for this game so they can crow about it for the rest of the year.
Mark Pope's Cats are 9-1. They are ranked 5th in the nation. Their only loss at Clemson. They have wins over Duke and Gonzaga, a team made up entirely of transfers. Not a single returning point on the Kentucky roster, not a single returning point on the Louisville roster. Pat Kelsey, Jay, has built his team with transfers as well. They are dealing with a lot of injuries right now. They've lost 3 out of 4. But they can be dangerous if they can knock down some threes.
They take over 30 threes per game. They're only shooting 27% as a team from three-point range, but Pat Kelsey believes historically his players have shot it well. They've not shot it well this season, but he knows they've got to make shots from the perimeter in this game in Rupp if they want a chance to beat Kentucky. And Mark Pope has really thoughtfully put together a roster that fits together. It's not necessarily that he went out and got all the best players, but he got the best players that fit the best together.
Mark Pope coming from BYU, Pat Kelsey from the College of Charleston. The offensive numbers for the Wildcats are impressive. They play fast, they share the ball, and they make threes at a pretty good rate. And I know you're going to talk about cutting and the importance that has on their offense today. Kentucky all-time in this rivalry, 39-17 against Louisville. And this one with Pat Adams, Jeb Hartness, and Lee Kazak baskets.
And I think you may see Pat Kelsey trying to run something for Noah Waterman just to get him going a little bit. He's been struggling from the perimeter. He's a good player.
Ball is loose and out of bounds to Louisville. As a team, the Cardinals shooting only 27% from 3 on the season. But if you look at some of the individuals, historically, they've got better numbers than they've shown this year. So Pat Kelsey remaining optimistic that guys will round into 4.
And what choice do they have, really? This is how they play. And so they're going to keep taking good shots. And Pat Kelsey said, hey, look, the shots we're missing are good shots. I have no complaint about the shot selection. And he really believes the shots are going to fall, but they have to fall in this game to win in Rupp.
They are not as deep a team as Kentucky is. They have suffered a couple of injuries, season-ending injuries. So the rotation, which had been 10, maybe 11, is now 7, possibly 8 in this game today. Hadley kicks it. And the 3 way too strong for the freshman, Kenai Roots, who just checked into the game. Good defensive hustle there by Hadley to knock it out of bounds. We'll go to a timeout with the home side up by 5.
So, you like your job?
I love it. What I do is really important.
You give eye exams.
I give fresh starts, better vision, healthy eyes. Everybody wants that.
That they do. And they don't want to spend more money than they have to.
True. But good eye health, that's priceless.
Hero Doc saves vision.
Well,
Hero Owl saves money. Use your vision insurance for exams, glasses, and contacts, all at America's Best. Because eye care is health care, and you deserve the best.
This holiday, she's not settling for anything less than the Triple Treat Box from Pizza Hut. Featuring pizza, breadsticks, and dessert, starting at $19.99.
It's a good deal, bro.
Get the holidays delivered with Pizza Hut.
Lowe's knows the best holiday tradition is taking your tradition to the next level. So if you find a lower price on the things you want,
Need.
we'll match. Plus, with My Lowe's Rewards, you can earn points when you shop to make the holidays even more
Sweet.
Lowe's knows how to help you holiday.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some taking Rinvoq felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions. GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
When I was younger, my calling was to play football. But as I grew older, I realized life isn't about how many people you can knock down. It's about how many people you can lift up. At Ram, our calling is to build game-changing trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
Right now, during the Ram Wrap Up the Year sales event, get $5,000 total cash allowance on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Hurry to your local Ram dealer today.
This rivalry goes back a long way, over 100 years. They played 9 games in a row, but then they didn't play in the regular season for 61 years. Met a few times in the postseason, including what's known here in this area in the Commonwealth as the Dream Game. 1983 Elite Eight, won by Louisville in overtime. Then they started playing every single year. Rick Pitino was on both sides of it. They've met a total of 6 times in NCAA tournament play. And again, they've played every year in the regular season since 83-84, with the exception of 3 years ago. There were COVID concerns in the Louisville program 3 years ago, but they're playing every year, and hopefully this will continue for many, many, many years to come. Again, when these programs are right, this rivalry is right up there with any in the country. We talk about Duke, Carolina, obviously. We talk about Indiana, Purdue, and there are others, but this one deserves to be in that top tier without question.
No question. And that 1983 Louisville team, both teams were outstanding, but the Doctors of Dunk were something else.
Brandon Garrison misses. That was your freshman year.
My freshman year.
Did you play either of these teams during the season?
We did. We played Louisville.
Easy transition bucket for Kentucky. And I believe an official called a timeout. I think we have a player dealing with a situation. I know one thing Pat Kelsey talked about, Jay, they didn't do it last time.
They did not, and part of that was James Scott was injured on the play, couldn't really get back. But nobody, the Red Sea parted, and Otegoweh gets an easy one.
Good night, sweetheart.
It matters where you stay. Stay and save up to 20% off. Hilton for the stay.
And Doug.
Whoa, Limu, we're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save!
And then I wake up.
And you have the stream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The season is underway with a touchback, and they'll take it from the 30. 4th and goal. Let's see if this gamble pays off.
Come on!
Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it's good. Steps up, fires, intercepted.
There's always next season.
4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month. New law, lower prices. Healthcare.gov is here for you.
Hey, my treat today. I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover.
You're stuck in the past.
Unlike me.
You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
You know what's better than 1 Papa John's pizza, 2 Papa John's pizza for only $6.99 each.
Only at Papa John's. Bundle 2 or more Papa Pairings menu items for $6.99 each. Get your favorites for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. Better get you some Papa John's.
Darling, you're the one for me. Give me all your love.
At the University of Kentucky, we do more than harvest from our rich legacy.
We sow and nurture the dreams and the dreamers.
The graduates who plant themselves here.
The seekers who advance patient-saving care and research.
The community leaders who transform lives.
We do more than survive in Kentucky.
We strive in Kentucky. We thrive in Kentucky.
And what an all-out battle it's going to be this year in the SEC.
Because I'm the biggest, the largest, the biggest, the largest. Hey.
Get out there and ball.
SEC Men's Basketball on SEC Network.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by K, the official partner of couples who love the game. Well, Kentucky having its way at the offensive end, 11 for 14, 9 assists on those 11 field goals. Oway the slam, and you could see in the background there James Scott grimacing and laboring, trying to get back down the court. And it appears to be a hamstring injury. One of the officials called the timeout and signaled to Mark Pope that that's what it was. They're thin as it is, Jay. As you well know, they have had a number of injuries this year, including maybe most notably recently Cason Pryor, double-figure score for them, tore his ACL. He's out for the season. It's really an 8-man rotation, and the 8th man doesn't play all that much. One of their own, played a couple of years, was a captain here on the 1996 NCAA championship team. But you know why else they love him? They're 9-1. He has said and done all the right things, but he's put an exciting, very good product on the court as well. There's a reach-in foul by Oway.
And there's such a positive vibe that comes from Mark Pope. He's positive in practice, and he catches his players doing something right. You know, a lot of coaches catch them doing something wrong all the time. It's just constant correction. And it's not that there's no corrections in a Kentucky practice, but he catches them doing it right too.
Hepburn defended by Brea. The pass through the hands of Hadley. He gets it back. And now Edwards has to make something happen. Off the rim, down to Hadley, and a fresh 20. Smith misses the three. And again, they need some threes from Rain Smith. He made better than 100 of them last year for the College of Charleston under Pat Kelsey. Traffic on the far side of the court. Oway looking for Carr. He's got a mismatch. The kick to Brea. Boy, you're surprised when it doesn't go in when he launches. Williams the rebound. Wide open Brea. Good recovery, though. Good.
It was physical on the glass, as it should be. But even with Louisville really struggling on the offensive end, they're hanging in there. You got to stop a score and all of a sudden make it a 2-possession game or so. And Kentucky's playing with a little more game pressure.
And James Scott back into the game. That is good news for the Cardinals. Obviously, that hamstring situation is minor. Well, as you said, two great defenders in Hepburn and Butler matched up on one another. Look at the pressure from Butler. Hepburn into Waterman. Offensive rebound, Hepburn. Trying to back Butler down. Good cut by Scott, and he lost it. It'll stay with Louisville with 9 on the shot clock and 7:46 to go in the first half. Everybody is in the holiday spirit. We got a rivalry game. We got a great scene. Happy holidays to all.
That wasn't Santa. He sits on a throne of lies.
You got the
Vivid Seats, the only ticket company in the game that rewards you for buying. From concerts to sports and everything in between. Vivid Seats, official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Meet the traveling trio. The thrill seeker, the soul searcher, and ahoy, it's the explorer. Each helping to protect their money with Chase. Whoa, a lost card isn't keeping this thrill seeker down. Lost her card? Not the vibe. The soul searcher is finding his identity and helping to protect it. Oh yeah, the explorer. She's looking to dive deeper, all while Chase looks out for her. Because these friends have Chase. Alerts that help check, tools that help protect, one bank that puts you in control. Chase, make more of what's yours.
We aren't building electric vehicles because it's trendy. We're building them to save our planet. To save it from all those soulless, self-driving sleep pods everyone else keeps polluting our streets with! That's why we're doing it.
When you'd rather enjoy the pool than clean someone else's.
Sweetie, get out of the pool.
It matters where you stay.
Thank you.
Stay and save up to 20% off. Hilton for the stay.
College football's most prestigious fraternity welcomes a new member. Dylan Gabriel, Travis Hunter, Ashton Jetty, Cam Ward. The Heisman Trophy ceremony presented by Nissan tonight at 8 on ESPN.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick. And try new Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out. Every now and then I rinse it out.
Fights odor in just one wash.
Ooh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex? Breathe. What is... Wow.
Sinex, breathe, Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, and wakes up feeling like himself. Get the rest to be your best with non-habit-forming ZzzQuil. Better days start with ZzzQuil nights.
The 23rd annual Women's Jimmy V Classic comes your way tomorrow at 1 Eastern on ABC. Just about 80 miles up the road. It'll be Louisville and NC State. And our colleagues and friends, Beth Mowens and Deb Antonelli, will have the call for you. They came here to Lexington to see this game. Why are they here? Because not only is Deb and Beth obviously a huge basketball fan, but Deb is also the mother of Patrick Antonelli, a walk-on at Louisville. And I asked Deb before the game, bumped into her, and I said, why did Patrick go to Louisville? What's the connection? She goes, he just loved them as a kid. He played a video game and always pretended he was Louisville. He loved the mascot, and every book report he did as a kid was on Rick Pitino over and over and over again. He kept profiling Coach Pitino, but great to see Deb and Beth, and they will be your broadcasters for the Women's Jimmy V tonight on ABC.
And it's Patrick Antonelli's birthday.
That's
today.
right.
I wonder if Mom's going to bring a cake at a timeout. You think that would embarrass him if she did it?
He's at that age when anything a parent does is embarrassing. You and I have both been through that with our kids.
2 league sixth men of the year, Kobe Bryant and Jackson Robinson. And I think he's got 3 defensive players of the year on this roster.
Yeah. He didn't go out and get a whole bunch of 5-stars in the transfer portal. There is one McDonald's All-American on the team, Brandon Garrison, a sophomore who played last year at Oklahoma State. But it was more about fit than anything else from our coach. Carr thought about it. Now off to Henry. Or Perry, rather. Excuse me, Travis Perry.
Nice job by Chucky Hepburn to blow up that handoff.
Carr puts it on the deck, has it stripped away, 5 to shoot. Robinson's got to get a shot off. A tough one from the baseline. And over the backboard is the call from Pat Adams, so that is automatically going to give it back to Louisville.
Boy, it's interesting on Louisville's offensive end. They're missing their wide open shots. They're making the contested ones. The ones that have been a little more difficult, they've knocked down. It's amazing to go this far in a game. 28 points, they've only got 1 assist. Everything's coming off individual action.
Yeah, and they've made 6 threes. Kentucky, as we have a foul. Louisville's actually made more threes than Kentucky, but that's because Kentucky's only taken 5. Is Louisville doing a good job kind of forcing Kentucky off the three-point line?
A little bit, but Kentucky's doing a lot of what Kentucky's got has been going to the basket. Yeah, why not take it?
Take the shirt too.
Yeah, their transition has been a big part of this 34 points that they've scored.
It is loud and lively, as you can hear right now at Rupp. 34-28 Kentucky. Edwards with the height and length of Amari Williams in around the rim.
And once the shot goes in, it's a little bit easier to get back in transition. Make him take it out of the net.
Edwards now with 13. Perry, nice pass. And Williams will go to the line.
Well, Terrence Edwards transferred to Louisville from James Madison, where he had a spectacular year last year for Mark Byington. A nice little hesitation move. Then in traffic, kept his poise and was able to get to that left shoulder and keep this Louisville team within 4.
And as you can see, this is a recent quote from Edwards. You know, one of the things that these Louisville players focus on is beating Kentucky. It's like Auburn, Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State in football. We all know it. We all get it. This is a huge game. And again, that Louisville is not at the level that Kentucky is at right now. But in a rivalry game, you never know what can happen. And they are right in this one, better than 15 minutes in.
I know fans say that you know, you can lose every game, but if you beat the rival, it's a great season. They don't really mean that. I'm pretty sure they don't mean that.
Scattered red, and I mean not a lot, around Rupp Arena here. Huge building, holds well over 20,000. To extend the lead for the Wildcats. Boy, what a swing that was. A missed layup at one end and about as deep a 3 as you will see at the other.
It used to be in transition, you tried to get to the rim. Now you're running to the 3-point line. Almanor in the deep corner and Jackson Robinson from deep.
I think we need a bigger yard.
With our credit?
Credit Karma can show us how to improve our credit for free. Then we can get a place with a bigger yard.
Yay! Intuit Credit Karma. Download the app today.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
Can they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah, road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by like a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
A dream is a wish your heart makes.
I could have sworn it was open.
Rookie move. I was a rookie once.
Caitlin Clark.
Aren't you Rookie of the Year? That was last year. Ancient history. The stories that I could tell you. Here, pull up a chair.
Okay, I meant this rookie driver made that rookie move.
Whoa. Dude. You need someone with more experience. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, State Farm's here to help, no matter how long you've been in the game.
Game? Oh, man.
Rookie move.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Frosted Flakes, good? They're great. Great.
You're still great, Grandpa.
See? Told ya. They're great.
Clem's not a morning person or a people person.
but he is an I can solve this in 4 different ways person. You need Clem. Clem needs benefits. Work with principals so we can help you with a plan that's right for Clem. Let our expertise round out yours.
Lowe's knows the perfect gifts don't have to stretch your budget. That's why we offer a free select tool when you buy select tools and batteries from our top brands. So perfecting the holidays,
Oh, you're good.
is easier than ever. Lowe's knows how to help you holiday.
Phil Murphy here in studio alongside Seth Greenberg, Malcolm Huckabee. Coming up on the Jeep halftime report. Number 1 Tennessee facing a test at Illinois. Number 2 Auburn has a player do something we haven't seen this century. Huck, our SEC blue blood in this game. Game's being kept close by Louisville.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, Coach, not turning the ball over. Louisville, only 1 turnover in the first half so far. That's a big reason why they're in this game.
So impressed with Kentucky. Their spacing, the ball movement, their ability to cut and play off the basketball, playing for each other. 12 assists, 14 field goals. That speaks volumes to ball movement, people movement, and making good decisions.
Dan, Jay, we'll see you at the half.
Guys, thank you. Looking forward to it. You all mentioned Auburn. You and I both watched some of the Auburn game before we came over here. I mean, they annihilated Ohio State today, 91-53. They are so locked in at both the offensive end and the defensive end right now.
They shot it well. Janai Broom had 16 points and 15 rebounds in the first half. I can't recall seeing that. 15 rebounds in the first half.
We will see Auburn in Birmingham next Saturday. They will take on Purdue. The Boilermakers lost today at home. Oh, it was in Indianapolis, I believe. Excuse me. In Indy to Texas A&M. I mean the SEC, like game after game, day after day, week after week.
Blooded. Then he just about gets a steal and does.
And it's going to be Louisville ball, down by 4, just over a minute to go in the half as they continue to hang in there with the Wildcats.
Kobe Brea gets a deflection, and then with the shot clock winding down, Chucky Hepburn from deep, and then follows it up, disrupting on the other end, knocking the ball away. Now Louisville with an opportunity to make this a 1-possession game. This is an important minute 8. Louisville's got the possession arrow. If they can get a score here and a stop and get the ball first to start the second half, they can get a little momentum going, a little silent run.
And Irus, the freshman, back in because of the foul trouble that others have. And now a foul away from the ball on Kentucky. It'll be on Garrison, his second. And it's going to be Hadley at the line for the Cardinals.
They just set a little back screen there, a diagonal back screen to free up Rain Smith. Rain Smith was setting it, but that was to free him up at the 3-point line with Hadley as the cutter.
And he misses the front end.
Well, Kentucky does such.
Kentucky will take a 6-point lead into the locker room at halftime.
Lamont Butler with a little euro, a discard. The deceleration is what made the play by Lamont Butler. And what a turnaround. It looked like Louisville had a layup to cut this a little bit closer. And Kentucky able to extend it just a bit. Lamont Butler doing a terrific job off the little brush screen. Decelerates and still gets it up and in.
Welcome into your college basketball studios. This is your Jeep halftime report. Seth Greenberg, Malcolm Huckabee, Phil Murphy here with you. Huck, number 1 Tennessee. We knew